Hi, Eric Redbeard here, letting you know that Pro Wrestling Valier, Classic Championship Wrestling, and Seven Mountains Wrestling are uniting. Coming to the York Revolution Stadium, May 20th, 2023. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one true villain, Marty Skull. And on May 20th, I make my return to York, Pennsylvania. Yes, as 3 of the longest running promotions in Central PA come together united at the newly renamed Wellspring Park in the historic York, PA. The villain returns. So get your tickets now because you're in for a show of a lifetime. The greatest show on earth to witness the villain live and in living color. Long live the villain.
Welcome, everybody, to 3 Beards of Wrestling. I am your host, Shane. Next to me is the Mind of Mayhem, Corey Cross.
That is me. That's me. What's going on?
Oh, man, what a day, and it's only Monday.
Right. It's been the longest week already, and it's only Monday. I get it, man.
It's crazy, and I even had the day off, and it was still long.
Wow.
Man. All right, so I think we should just jump right into it, man.
Yeah, let's get weird with things, man. I'm with it.
Remember, guys, this month, there's only 2 weeks left of this month. Fort Knox is giving free tryouts. If you want to be a manager, wrestler, referee, or an announcer, hit us up and get your free tryout in. Remember, there's 2 weeks left of this month. So if you want to do it, you got to get it done. Next up, April 1st, PCWA in Sealings Grove, April 1st, bell time 5. Oh, the doors open 5, bell time 6. Man, I cannot read.
It's all right. It's all right. It's been a long day.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys need tickets or information about the show, hit us up and we'll give you guys that information. Next up, we have a poster this week, April 8th.
Can you say that again?
Alexa, stop.
Wow, she's trying to get herself over. I get it.
I know. She's annoying. April 8th, Mr. Stacks Fitness Center, Lewistown, PA. 7 Mountains. If you guys need tickets, it's a pretty early show. Doors open at 4, bell time 5. Hit us up if you guys need info on this too. Next up, April 22nd, Ultimate Wrestling Empire, where I take on Shane Malice, Bro Keller, and Chris Slade in a fatal 4-way. If you guys need info on this, hit us up. We'll definitely get you information. Next up, the biggest show of the year, May 20th, United at York Revolution Stadium in York, PA. Now, if you guys need tickets, you guys can hit me, Bliss, Corey, Rob Noxious, all of us up. Or if you guys want, you guys can go to YorkRevolution.com and they have our tickets on there. And if you can't do that, contact the York Revolution box office and you guys can purchase tickets there. That is like the serious business right now that we had to take care of. I mean, May 20th is coming up quick. I mean,
it is, man. It's what, 2 months away?
Yeah,
2 months, 2 weeks.
And as you guys saw in the beginning of the show, Eric Redbeard and Marty Scroll will be there in action. Eric Redbeard will be taking on Marvelous Malcolm King. So that should be a pretty good match. Other matches are, waiting to be announced. So, we got to wait for that. Hi, Rebecca. Before we bring our guest on, remember, if you guys got any questions, anyone that's watching, please share this. Share, comment. If you guys got questions, not even for our guests, if you want all of us to answer, me, Corey, and our guests, shoot those questions over, and we'll answer them as we're going. We'll throw them in, and try to answer everyone's questions. It could be anything about wrestling, or if you want to ask any questions, I guess. I just don't know anything about it.
Nope.
So, Corey, I'll leave it to you. Let's get our guest.
It's funny you mentioned the villain. Our guest is your favorite superhero's favorite wrestler. Serious business, Andy Header.
What's up? Oh, well, we can't hear you.
I can't hear you, Andy. Is your mic on?
Is your mic muted?
Oh, hold on 1 second. Oh, brother. What are you doing?
Because all that gold on his wall.
Right.
All right.
Oh.
Hey, all right. Now it's back to us for right now.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll take over Andy's position. I'll talk comic books for 2 seconds, and that's about all you're getting from me.
So before we get to comic books, if you guys can go on 3 Beards of Wrestling podcast Facebook page and give us a like, a share. We also stream on Twitch under my account, which is Shane Barbush 97, I believe. And my YouTube channel, Shane Sanchez, and our Facebook, 3 Beards of Wrestling, and also my Facebook page, Shane Sanchez.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
There we are.
So you were playing the promo, and everything was going great. Marty cut the promo. It's over. And as soon as you guys started, nothing.
Villains. Sabotaging. Serious business, Andy Header. Sabotage, sir.
Maybe I should get even with him.
Anyway. Oh, what was that? Did Andy Header say Marty Scurll and Andy Header?
I'd like that.
Superhero, villain, tale as old as time.
I'm sure you guys did a great intro for me, and I was like, maybe as soon as I pop in, it sound will work, but it wasn't working.
It's welcome, Andy. Now that we got the bugs fixed, we kinda ish things.
Yeah. Hey, it's all good. We're still new to all this, so
yeah.
But we are pushing. We've been getting views, and everything's pretty good right now.
We're still green, kid. We're still green. It's fine.
Call the ring.
Yeah, we're doing battle royals and taking chops. That's about all we're doing.
You're gonna build your way up to maybe a handicap match.
Yeah.
Right.
So, before I guess we kind of jump into everything, why don't we get your take on last week's match, the 2 out of 3 falls with Matt Quay?
How about that? That was our 3rd or 4th time that we wrestled, I believe. The first time was the 4-way, and then we had the 1 singles match and the 2nd singles match, both end in disputed finishes, no clear winner. But I didn't win, but it's still a good match. I really enjoyed it. Anytime you wrestle Matt Quay, it's hard to have him. So, he's really good. I like him, and the match was good. I did. I thought I broke my toe when I did the Frankenstein. He held on. That son of a bitch. So that's probably why he won.
Yeah, probably.
So as soon as I landed, I was like, I don't know. Can we curse here? Is that all right?
That's fine. Yeah, Andy Header cursing's new to me, so
Yeah.
So as soon as I do the Frankensteiner, and then he holds on, I fall. As soon as I hit, my feet go first. My toe hits. I'm like, fuck! I broke my toe. And then he comes down with the elbow. I'm like, oh, at least this is the end of the match. But luckily I didn't. So we'll blame it on that. It's a possible broken toe. Anyway, I hope everyone else enjoyed the match. But the feedback I got was that it was a good match. I don't know. I'll wrestle Matt Quay, like they used to say back in the day, all day, every day. Two times on Sunday.
Definitely.
Whoa, brother. We don't have the house for that.
Yeah.
Just once on Sunday.
Yeah, one show at 10, then you drive 200 miles to a show at 7.
Right. We're booking in Harrisburg and then Toledo, Ohio at 7:30.
Jason Holt said it was a great match. He was there.
Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it.
So I said let's jump right into this, Corey. I mean, let's
If Andy's cool with it, let's do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, Andy. Let's see. We'll start out how we start really anyone out. Tell us about how you got into wrestling and like where did you train and stuff.
Okay, so when I was starting, I had no idea because I didn't know anybody, obviously, and nobody like you couldn't search on the internet for schools really unless there were real big major schools, because that's not like now where there's wrestling schools everywhere. It was still kind of like you got to know somebody. Like the dungeon existed, but I didn't quite know of it. And I don't know if there was a website or anything. This is before Facebook, because when I started, people were on MySpace. Remember when they started messaging on MySpace for bookings? That's how old that is. So I was at somebody's party of some sort. I forget what it was. There's these guys like, oh yeah, we do backyard, but some of us trained to wrestle up in an airplane hangar in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. I was like, what? There's a Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania? And yeah, so I messaged the one guy. I was like, hey, I'd like to learn to wrestle, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, come up, because they weren't charging nothing, because it was just, kids in an airplane hangar with no heat, no electricity, no running water, nothing. Yeah. So I went there with them for a while and did that. And it was pretty cool, just learning the basics of the basics. And then I found the Chikara school. I know Chikara canceled, but anyway, there's my cat. Shut up. I found that and I was like, look, let's give that a try. So I did the Chikara school for a while. So Mike Quackenbush, and at the time, Chris Hero just left and Claudio Castagnoli was the new trainer. It's like, well, that's a good new trainer. So that's where I learned mostly everything that kind of makes my style was the Chikara Wrestle Factory. When I was at the arena in Philly.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
I mean that is a solid lineage. I mean, you came in MySpace. You didn't have to record the VHS tapes and then write out the resume and then send the envelope and yeah.
I couldn't imagine that. Here's my package, brother.
Right. I was talking. I did something with Mark Mess this weekend. He was talking about how he used to splice and edit like tape.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And send tape out. Like he used to have a tape splicer and edit VHS tapes. It was crazy.
I couldn't imagine. Bring your music on cassette.
Right. Do you have a record player?
Yeah. That's insane.
No.
I'm doing that next show. I'm bringing a 45 of my.
Here's my music. They're looking like, what do you want me to do with this? Even
Just play it. Play it. You'll see the orange piece of tape. That's where you start it.
Yeah. Start in the middle and then quick take it off. Oh my god, that reminds me.
Right.
I did a show for Massive Mike. Do you remember him? He was from Maryland or
Yep.
Delaware area. And Mike he'd not only wrestle, but he'd ring announce and he'd also do the music. But he had a CD player and he would put the CD in and go to your track and then run out, announce you, come back, switch the CD, and then go back out and announce the next guy. And then run back and cut it off.
Has there ever been a Mr. Ping versus Andy Header match? So I have wrestled Andy Header. I think it might have been my first or second year in the business.
Yeah, you
at
were
Dillon's.
real fresh.
Yeah.
Well, then there was twice. There was that at Dillon's. There was a multi-man match, right?
Oh yeah.
And then do you remember at RCW in like West Reading, Shillington?
Oh yeah.
You suplexed me on the floor. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah. All right, yep.
And we were outside. I'm like, sure, why not?
Why?
But no, I've been wanting not to blow smoke up your ass with them on the podcast, but I've wanted to match with you for a while.
Yeah.
Now that you're
every time we see each other, we talk about it.
Yeah, so someone book that too. Me and versus Maurice Rowe, then me versus Mr. Pig. Somebody.
Right. With you said you came from Chikara and your lineage with Claudio and Quack and all that. I'm going to steal one of Shane's questions here.
Oh.
Before serious business, Andy Header, what was your first gimmick, Andy?
Well, I didn't stick around long enough because I wasn't making much money to make the drive back and forth to Philly. But I believe I was either destined to be an ant or from outer space. So I'm kind of glad those two things didn't happen. I know there was an arrow gimmick and possible pirate, which I did. But my first name that I came up with, I was like, I need something that like sticks in your head. And I wanted something that I could do a rhyming saying with. So everyone, when I say my name, they're like, what's your name, Andy? And they say, oh, Eddie? And I'm like, no, Andy. Eddie? So I was like, okay, I'll use Eddie. And then last name, I need something cool. So I was like, I'm going to be Eddie Constantine because it just sounds cool. You know, the Constantine comic book, the movie, that was okay. And then my catchphrase was going to be Eddie Constantine, the best you've ever seen. So,
catchy.
I was training and someone's like, don't use that. Use your real name. And I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, coming in, I was like, well, all right. So that I used my real name and stuck, and there we are.
Same. That was mine. And it's funny that you could have been an ant.
Yes.
But you didn't drink enough of your orange juice.
Yes.
That's a fun. Let's tip the nod to that one for those who know.
Yes.
Yes.
Luckily, I didn't fall into that because, you know, you could be a big deal there, but no worries.
I mean, sheesh. So go ahead, Shane, on that note. Oh.
All right. So I've seen you in singles, and I also seen you in tag wrestling. What do you prefer more, singles or tag?
I kind of prefer the singles. The tag match is fun, and I like doing the tag, but the singles match kind of you got to rely more on yourself, and then you get to be more creative with just yourself and the guy, or your wrestler, or whoever, girl, whatever. So I prefer the singles matches just because it's more. I get to do more, even if you're not doing more. Like, because the tag match, you can kind of you tag out and then you just like chill out. Oh, when do I come in? You know? And then you come in and hey. So I don't know, they're both fun, but definitely singles more.
All
right. With that being said, where does Andy Header draw inspiration from, like the wrestling world, comics, things of that nature? Who or where does Andy Header draw inspiration from?
Well, obviously, gear design and names of moves is from comic books, video games, and Dungeons and Dragons. So there we go. I just got all the women excited with that. That's where I get all my thing from.
I got a dice pack in my bag. I get it. It's fine.
Awesome.
Don't worry about it.
I just bought 3 metal dice. I have to say the pictures are awesome. Anyway, yeah, that's where all my gear is designed up for superheroes, and my old purple and green set, which then was still like it was Wonder Woman, was purple and green. So that's where I draw like inspiration to look wise, wrestling wise. Like I think of who my favorites growing up were, and it was always like kind of like the world champions was like Bret Hart, but then it was like Roddy Piper I really liked, and then I really liked Razor Ramon growing up. So like my style is weird because it's like a lot of Japanese moves, even though like I like New Japan. I haven't been as a hardcore watcher lately in the past since the pandemic. I kind of lost touch with it, but a lot of Japanese stuff I do, like my Kryptonite Crunch, the Air Raid Crash, that's like a Japanese move made in Japan anyway. And then like Lucha, but I don't do a whole lot of Lucha. So it's weird. I draw inspiration wrestling wise from like a lot of different places, especially like early ROH, and then when ROH was really hot, like from like 2006 to 2010. So that's kind of where I do. And then like Bryan Danielson, one of my favorite wrestlers. You know, when I first seen him at the arena in like 2006, I was like, this guy is great. So that's where I draw some of my stuff from. But there's not like one person per se, you know, people, oh, Shawn Michaels, like it's just a lot of, you know, I take a little from this guy, take a little from that guy, and put it all together, and that's how I get my own style, I guess you could say.
All right.
So Jason Holt asked, what is your dream match? I don't know if he was asking that for all of us or just you, Andy, but I guess we'll just all answer.
So my dream match, I don't know, right now, if you said anybody in the world, there's probably 2 people, and that would be Bryan Danielson and Kazuchika Okada from New Japan.
Corey?
If I had a one-on-one, I'm gonna go complete opposite spectrum from Andy. Where I drew my inspiration was Axl Rotten.
Oh wow.
Me, yep. I would whatever Axl wanted to do. Yep.
Well, not to interrupt Shane here, but did you know in Delaware I was both tagged with Axel and wrestled against Axel 2 years in.
I did not know that. That's
Axel was pretty cool. He used to come up and me and like, "There's my favorite wrestler in the Northeast, Andy Header." I'm like, "Thanks, Axel."
Right. Yeah. You're the only one he knows. That's why.
Yeah.
I spent some time with him in my teens and in my 20s. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, Axel Rotten. Yep. We'll Axel.
Well, the person my dream match would be with is dead, but
So is Axel. It's fine.
Yeah, you're right. Mine would be Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, awesome.
I was
sure.
If we're talking about currently alive, the Great Buddha.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
He's been wrapping it up, but Great Muda is really good. He's still good. Like he doesn't do hardly anything, but
yeah.
I watched his official retirement match against Naito and then Masahiro Chono, and I didn't cry. You guys cried. I didn't. I was totally just But Muda I think would be the alive match.
Yeah, especially like if you could pick your time frame and like if you could get like 1989 Muda, oh my god.
Gary Hart Muda, WCCW.
Yeah, like
that or Tajiri.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Oh, Andy Header and Tajiri?
I would love to take a buzzsaw kick.
I'm just booking. I'm just throwing bookings out here to the ether for whoever wants to, Alexa, what's a money mark?
Where can I find one?
Right. Go ahead, Shane. I think it was you.
I don't remember, but all right.
I know.
So if you had to pick, like, I'd say 5 people that you wanted to wrestle within, like, by the time you were done and you wanted to hang it up, who would those 5 people be?
Like 5 possible ones, or like anyone in wrestling?
Anyone in wrestling.
Oh, okay. So 5 current then. It probably would stay similar. We'll still go with Okada, and we'll go with Ryan Danielson. I would also like to wrestle Kenny Omega, and 2 other ones, like one that like is still kind of active. I just want to do it just because it would be cool, and he's a good wrestler. Probably doesn't get a lot of credit. Is John Cena? I would love to wrestle John Cena because like obviously I can't wrestle Hogan, but I can wrestle like in the next big star. So John Cena will be on the list, and probably to wrap it up. There's a lot of people. I don't know. Walter, I really like Walter, so maybe let's put Walter. Gunther.
Jason Holt said Andy Header and Chris Jericho is what he said.
I would love to wrestle with Chris Jericho.
Star said Header and Omega would be whatever that symbol is. I can't tell what it is.
I'm guessing that's the money.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is we can get on the Jericho cruise, and you can run the ring. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I've seen their security. Shane and I outweigh them by at least 400 pounds.
There we go. Hey, Chris, I'm just gonna come in. Judas, done. Even
done.
Just that would still be cool. Yeah, I would love to wrestle Jericho. There's a lot of people I would like to wrestle. Chef's kiss. There we go.
Yes, that's what it is. All right. I guess it's me. You said we went over your inspiration, top 5 wrestlers. Mm-hmm. How about no particular order? Top 5 superheroes, Andy. We'll hit you with that because you're a comic geek.
We'll go with my favorites then. In no particular order: Green Lantern, Hal Jordan; Wonder Woman, Diana Prince; Punisher is very high on my list. Not a superpower, but Punisher. And then for the other 2, I would have to say, can I pick the X-Men as a whole, or is that cheating?
That's fine. We'll take X-Men as a whole. We don't have the budget for them, but we'll take X-Men as a whole.
Not all 270 of them, but the classic like 90s lineup of X-Men. And then finally, because I like kind of like people that are mid-carders in the comic book world. We'll pick Lady Death as she's not really a superhero, but one of my favorites. Lady Death / Red Sonja.
The mid carders. I mean, Andy Header is the Nightcrawler of independent wrestling. It's fine.
Bam.
Done. Problem solved.
So we'll I'll pop this comment back up here. Weight means nothing. Remember Max years ago when someone tried to run in the ring? Just saying. Now, for people that weren't at this show, my boy Max was a security guard at the Zembo Shrine.
He was a trainee at the time, or wasn't he?
Trainee, yes. And a fan ran from I think maybe he was sitting front row. Maybe he ran into the ring and went to the other side. And Max, as soon as he got out of the ring, Max was right there and just germed him right on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was there. I was up in the I was in the upper deck for that. The kid ran, slid across the ring like Jeff Hardy slid. As soon as his feet touched, Max waist locked him and Germaned him on the floor.
Crazy. Wow. Biggest pop of them.
Yeah.
I
can imagine. I've never encountered a fan running into the ring and didn't show him that.
Well, I don't know if you guys if you guys saw or not, but something just happened. I forget what show.
Yeah.
A fan just ran in the ring after a facade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was like, damn.
Who totally wasn't, a plant. Right?
No, that wasn't.
When you look at that picture, don't look at the security guard pulling the.
Yeah.
Don't look at that.
Alexa, what's kayfabe? She's not answering me at all tonight.
All right. So this question, you don't have to name any names if you don't want to. Because,
brother.
Just because, we have a rule. Whatever happens on the road stays on the road. So, what is your best road trip story?
It's weird because a lot of times I rode by myself, not just because there was no one around. So it'd be easier for me to just go an hour. So I never had any for myself. One time I was with a guy and he doesn't. Name was Ronnie Raines. Remember his manager. He came to my apartment and locked his keys in the car. And I was like, oh, shit. He's like, you have one of those things? Like, no, but I have a sword. So we had this sword, and we were, going in his window. My neighbor was looking like, what are these two idiots doing? And we did try to get his thing with the sword because I didn't have any type of, probably could have took a hanger and bent it, but I didn't think. So we used the sword to break into his car. So luckily, no one called the cops. We did what we did. I'm trying to think. I don't have any really wild tales until I'm at the show, and then something crazy happened.
Fair enough.
Ronnie Raines is a name I haven't heard in years. Thanks, in years.
Yeah, he doesn't manage. He hasn't been managing in God,
no. And I'm
8, 10 probably.
There's no comparison. I heard that in my early on. There's no. Just come on. No.
Corey, do you have a last question before we take a minute break?
Yeah, let's do it because Andy mentioned music, video game and comics, wrestling, music, top 5.
Oh, top 5 of each?
No, top 5 musical artists groups.
Oh, I was like,
yeah, we'll do it that way. I was trailing. CTE is a hell of a thing, Andy. Shane stabbed me in the head.
He did, that son of a bitch with skewers.
Right.
That makes you think, how many times have you been hit in the head with a chair and you didn't do this because it was the cool thing, you wanted to be tough and just did this?
Who does that?
Imagine,
yeah.
I thought about that. I'm yeah, it's lucky that I am okay after it's just insane. Anyway, top 5 music. So I predominantly listen to just metal and that's it. So my top metal bands are Anthrax and Megadeth are my top 2, definitely. Another one that's very high is called 3 Inches of Blood, where there's one guy that sings and another guy's so that knows that will be cut. Another one will be As I Lay Dying, I'm a big fan of. And then for the 5th one, we'll go with one classic AC/DC I always really, really like. But Megadeth and Anthrax are my top 2.
All right.
All right, we'll take a short break and then we'll get right back to this, guys.
Hi, Eric Redbeard here, letting you know that Pro Wrestling Valier, Classic Championship Wrestling, and Seven Mountains Wrestling are uniting. Coming to the York Revolution Stadium, May 20th, 2023. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one true villain, Marty Scurll. And on May 20th, I make my return to York, Pennsylvania. Yes, as 3 of the longest running promotions in Central PA come together united at the newly renamed Wellspring Park in the historic York, PA. The villain returns. So get your tickets now because you're in for a show of a lifetime. The greatest show on earth to witness the villain live and in living color. Long live the villain.
All right, Andy, do you still got sound now?
Yeah, I'm good. I was so worried. I was like, oh no, Marty's gonna stop talking. It's gonna be... No, I'm good.
Sabotage. Hero, villain. It's writing itself. It's whoever's listening. It's writing itself.
Son of a bitch.
So there was a couple comments as we were on our little break.
Okay.
Star said kayfabe is dead.
Nope, it's not. It's selective.
Kayfabe is yeah. We'll go with that. A sword. What happened to the wire coat hangers or
nope, no wire hangers.
I apparently that I did not cross my mind.
And we got a comment from I think probably one of the most entertaining wrestlers on the indies that are definitely make other people look good, and that's Mr. Ooh La La.
Whoa! Evil.
Mr. Law told me to shut my mouth. How about he shut up, as he says?
Asterisks. Laughs in French. Asterisk.
I'll come back and smack him in the face.
Then Jason Holt said Andy Header versus Neon Ninja Bucket. Man,
oh,
we're getting all these bookings.
I'll take it. I did wrestle him in ACW for Tate at the Reading. What was that?
Was it the Reverb?
Yes. It was pretty good.
God. Andy's getting all the bookings. I'm sorry, Shane. It's just, right.
What about Shane?
Right. Man, no love. It's all right.
It's all good. I do have to go back to Mr. Ooh La La. I think he's like one of like the best people to work because like one, it's like really old school. You really don't do anything, and like he legit makes everybody look good. Like he's just so entertaining to watch. Like I love watching his match.
And the cool thing, like I wrestled him, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, maybe even 6. And like I seen him when I was like, not to date myself, make him seem older, but I was like 13 and PCW in Reading, and then in Orensburg, I seen Mr. Ooh La La. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then like I was like in the business and like wrestling. Like I seen you when I was 13. I still have the tickets too, so that's really cool. But he is a no good son of a bitch. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I got to work him. I think one time I worked with him, and that was I think it was an RCW show, but I think it was their outside show, and he just wanted me to keep chopping him, and like he was just selling it. I'm like, this whole match is like just it was I think it was like amazing because like he was just like selling his ass off for me, and not a lot of people do that in this business.
Yeah, like he doesn't have to, but like he makes you look good, and he's funny, and it's easy. It's like they say, a night off. Like
definitely. Like, him and King Kalua, those two together are like that. That is like a very entertaining match. Like it's just great. But we'll hop back into this with Andy. Corey, I think you're. Wait, was it
you? I know we look alike, but it's you.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
That's the name of the podcast, 3 Beard.
All right. So if you had to give any advice to anyone that's wanting to wrestle or very new into the business, what would that advice be?
I think it would be don't get frustrated right away because it's easy to get frustrated. Oh, that guy's learning this before I am, or I can't learn this. Like everyone learns at their own pace, so just don't be frustrated. And it's okay to plan out everything you want to do. Like not for a match, but like have your moves, have your finisher that you want to use, like have your gimmick. Like it's okay to think of all them things and have them ready to go, just in case someone says, "Hey, we think you're ready," and put you in a match. And nothing's worse than when you wrestle somebody. And then you say, "What's your finish?" And they go, "I don't know." So think of a finisher, build your and just don't get frustrated. You'll get there when you get there, and there's no rush.
So one thing that like we do at Fort Knox is, and we tell our trainees this too, like, because I mean it helped me when I first started too, like when I was very new into the business, is have a notebook of everything that you learn. That way, like you said, like if let's say like I'm new and I'm working you, Andy, and you're like, hey, what's your finisher? You could go right back into your notebook and be like, I could use this as my finish, or but I always think that that's a really good thing to do because, especially when you're new. I mean, there's some people out there that especially vets. I mean, if you get the wrong vet, they're not gonna really care.
Yeah.
So I mean, I definitely think it's a good thing to have a notebook because I mean, then you have everything. You have everything that you know, especially when you're new. I think that's a really good thing to do, especially when you're new.
We got a little pause there, but yeah, I think a notebook is a good idea. Write down everything you learned so far. You can always go back, and you can always change it too. If you write down, I know these 3 moves, and then you're looking at them, and then you can always say, I don't want to use that finisher. I'm going to use this.
Yeah.
One. So that is a good idea.
Yeah, and I was just telling, I forget who I was talking to about this. I think I was at a show and I was talking to somebody, and I was like, I wish I could remember everyone like who I ever wrestled in like the past 8 years.
Yeah.
And just write it down. That way, like who you worked on the indies, and I mean, not necessarily count wins and losses because I mean, in wrestling that really don't matter if you win or you lose, But I think it would be cool to have like a list of everyone that you get to work with, managers, announcers, everyone. And I think that would be really cool to do. I mean, I know Mr. Grimm does it. He has a notebook, and every match he writes down who he worked and everything, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. So I tried that for a little bit. I was like, well, I'll get to it. Cool. You can go back, look back who you wrestled, if they make it, you make it, whatever. And it's a cool like little memento that's very personal to you, obviously. So I think that's a good idea. Yeah, if I were to tell anyone starting, write the matches down. My one friend who's a ref, Matt Durline, he writes down all the matches, who won, and like where it was at and all that.
Yeah.
And with the matches they refs, obviously, and it's really cool.
Because I mean,
it's like, oh, there's the notebook,
Yeah, because believe it or not, once CTE catches up,
yeah,
I remember it anyways.
I forget some people. They're like, yeah, we wrestled. Like, oh yeah.
Oh, did we freeze?
He just wrestled somebody.
Yeah, I've taken to now. I'm taking the pictures, man.
Yeah,
taking the pictures. I've collected wrestling stuff all my entire life. I've moved now to my friends and family. I don't need the Hulk Hogan autograph. I need the Andy Header autograph. I need the Mark Mest autograph. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, you don't have
because it's like autograph. People that.
I'll
forge it. It's fine. I'll forge yours. It's fine.
No, but it is cool to have that because, like, it's people you see all the time, but then when you don't see them, you move away, or God forbid they pass away, then you don't have anything. Like, I should have did this, I should have did that. So yeah, take a picture with your friends, buy them merch, or trade a shirt, because you never know. It's just cool to have,
We losing Andy Header?
Names on the back. I showed by law. Yeah, my name's not, but it's cool though.
I get it. I'm going to piggyback off of what Shane said here. If Andy Header today, 2023 Andy Header, can go back to day one of training, you go back in time, what advice do you give yourself on day one of training, knowing everything you know now?
Yeah. Oh, geez. You know, we're like having an hour conversation. No, I don't like one. Jeez. Don't do anything crazy. Not that I really did, but geez, I don't know. Maybe the same if I say don't get frustrated, just stick with it. You'll get there. You know, and if I could just like go.
Oh,
here's how you do everything, but and
we're losing them.
You even go.
Yeah, cut.
I'll come back. Yeah, it loaded a little bit, but yeah, probably just don't get frustrated still, because it's very easy to get frustrated, especially when you know you're wrestling or you're training, and then the other guys are training out there on shows, and you're not. Why am I? You know, in time.
All right, Shane, you got anything before we give the floor to Andy?
I had a really good one, but then I forgot it. This is why I write everything down. Well, I mean, I got one last one. What do you think? Like professional wrestling needs today? Not necessarily just the indies, but like, what do you think wrestling needs more of?
I don't. Maybe, like everyone says that the Roman Reigns Sammy was saying is like the best story going right now, and it is really good. So I would say more stories on that. Like we all know, if I say the Mega Powers explode, we know that storyline. So like more like just good storylines like that. Like there's all kinds. Everyone's doing the cool moves and everything, but the storylines are hard to come by, and that's harder to do at an indie level because you know it's once every couple months. But yeah, more storylines like that I think would help wrestling out. You know. And I mean, lower ticket prices on the big guys, not so much the indies, but that's why the storylines, character, stuff like that. Why are these two guys wrestling rather than just these two guys are wrestling? Well, why? Who cares? You know, so like, but you know, like, oh, they're wrestling because he stole his girlfriend. Oh, well, now I'm invested. So
another wonderful person.
Is that
Ox Hog?
Is that an Ox Hog sighting?
It is. I haven't had one in a while. We live fairly close to each other.
Yeah.
Dude.
Ox Hog is a great person. I love Hog.
I miss him. Dude, we're doing this, dude.
Since Ox is on here real quick, so I remember this one time we were in, I think it was the Field House, maybe, I believe. And we were in a battle royal, and Ox and my dad come over and start working me. So I drop down on my knee and I low blow my dad. And then I low blow and Ox just bend down. He's like, "Oh, you fucker." dude.
Nice.
That's
it's just great because like it's just
I mean, Ox took me out with the Tasmission. It's fine.
Oh wow.
It's fine.
I forget what he beat me with when we wrestled. We wrestled at car lot one time in Berwick for Nate, Craftsman Tassel.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I still talk about true stories and everything. Yeah, and Ox probably beat you with his cinder block sized fists. Is what he beat you with probably.
I forget. Probably hit me so hard that's why I forgot.
And then bench pressed you with one arm. You gotta do them squats, bro.
Hey, you know. Work tight.
Right. Yeah, we're yeah, dude, lay him in, dude. I got you. That's my Ox. Please don't kill me, Ox. Please don't kill me.
Even on low blows, you just gotta work a little snug.
Right. Dude, just hit the thigh, dude. Dude, it's fine.
Hey, lay it in, brother.
Yeah, lay it in.
If they don't like them, fuck them.
Yeah.
We can go on and on and on.
Yeah, we definitely got to get Ox on here.
Oh yeah, there we go. We'll get Ox.
I've been in talks with him about it. Cool. But Yes, love you, Ox.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Right? Stop it.
So we'll Andy, so we'll leave the floor open to you right now. Kind of just announce what shows you're going to be at, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Saturday is, as I look at my computer, is Enterprise Pro Wrestling in McConnellsburg, Pennsylvania. Kid Mike's promotion. I'll be wrestling there. I don't think they announced the match yet, but I'll be there. I'll be wrestling. It starts at 7 p.m. like a normal show. So I'll be there, and then I believe the 31st is RCW. Ray's running the show in Birdsboro, so I'll be there. King Felipe Jr. King Lucha Felipe Jr. So kind of excited about that. 7 Mountain Wrestling with you two gentlemen. I'll be there. Lewisburg. I always get them. Lewistown, right? Lewistown. I get them confused all the time. And what sucks is on my way there, there's a sign, one Lewistown and one Lewisburg, and I'm like, what do I do? So,
dude, I get Pottsville and Pottstown confused.
A lot of people do, and it's an hour and a half difference. So if you make the wrong choice, it sucks.
What's really messed up is, after our guest last week kind of called me out for a match, Jamal or Malcolm King, sorry, kayfabe, I forgot. He was
selective.
Before the show, he was like we were talking throughout the day, and he was like, "How about you work Andy Header?" I'm like, "We've been talking about this for how long, and now I'm working Ian Bush."
I'm sorry. I had to do it. I'm sorry. Like,
your fault, Corey.
Yeah. As the interim general manager of Seven Mountains Wrestling, I had to do it.
It could always be a 3-way.
Well, that's what it is. April 7th, Mr. Pig vs. Andy Header. I'm for it.
International 3-way dance, as they used to say. Because you're Asian, and that's how it works.
Yeah, there we go. International encounter.
Yes, I like it.
So that's April 7th, and then April 8th, the next day. Oh wait, that's April 8th. Sorry, right?
Yes.
No, April 7th is the Friday.
Yes.
PW in Slatington at the Slatington Expo Center. It's an antique mall. Plus, there's places to eat and everything. It's really cool. They remodeled that. They have some old bus stop. They used to make buses there, so it was a bus factory, I guess you could say. PPW, I'll be there April 7th, so Friday night, and then Saturday night is Seven Mountains Wrestling, so I'll be both of them. Hey, look there, Rob. How's it going, buddy?
Oh. Hey, look, we're having conversations in the
conversations in the conversations.
Yeah. You got a podcast in the podcast.
All right.
And then April 29th, AXW at the Hamburg Fieldhouse. I will be in the Robbie Rumble, the participants, so that would be a fun time. And if you use on the website, header code name, you get 20% off your tickets. So do that. Right. But that's my upcoming schedule for April. So I'm excited about that.
All right.
And I share all my things on my social.
So guys, I mean, he announced some shows that he's at. Go bug him at his gimmick table. Support in indie wrestling period. Come out and enjoy these great, awesome shows. They're all great. Out. But let's do the closing. Andy, you're more than welcome to stay on as we close the show. So
sure.
Remember, guys, there's 2 weeks left of March. Fort Knox has free tryouts for the last 2 weeks of March. So if you want to be a wrestler, announcer, referee, or a wrestler, hit us up. You got 2 weeks to have a free tryout. Next up, April 1st, PCWA. I got it right this time. Feelings Grove, PA. Myself and Rob Noxious will be there. Corey, I mean, you might tag along, you might not. You
never know when I show up. I do what I want.
Next up, April 8th. Hey, look at that. Andy Header is on the poster. Mr. Stacks Fitness Center in Lewistown, PA. If you guys need information on that, you guys can hit us up and we'll get you guys some info on that. Next up, I will be at the Ultimate Wrestling Experience at my old high school, Dauphin County Technical School. I am in a 4-way against Bro Keller, Chris Slade, and Shane Malice.
Wow. Awesome.
That should be pretty fun. and the biggest show of the year, May 20th at York Revolution Stadium in York, PA. We will be having a wrestling show. If you guys need tickets, go to yorkrevolution.com, or you can hit us up, or you can go to the York Revolution box office and grab your tickets.
Not just any show, a stadium show.
It is a stadium.
Yes, sir.
Very,
very cool.
You guys definitely don't want to miss it. I mean, it's in Corey's backyard, so I mean, what's better than that?
It's the hometown, man.
John Redbeard, the villain Marty Scurll. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, the
And
prodigal
it's
son.
in the stadium. It's so cool when you go and you see the old videos of Bruno wrestling in the baseball and football stadiums, and you see the ones from Japan. Like, that's what this is. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But me, the prodigal son of York, Pennsylvania. That's what it is.
Yeah, you know what the only thing that sucks about a stadium show is? The walk to the ring.
It's because you're fat.
Yeah, you're right.
It's blown up already. Hey,
Right.
Yeah,
you need the WrestleMania 3 cart?
yeah,
Alexa,
yeah.
Alexa, find a money mark.
Yo, you
We
got
need-
my Alexa talking.
Yeah. We need WrestleMania carts.
Andy, thank you for coming on.
That was fun.
Yeah, man. Thank you for real.
I loved having you on. We will see you in what? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I think
Something
so.
like that.
3 weeks.
Math is hard.
Lewistown.
Lewistown, not Lewisburg or Millerstown or Millersburg.
Don't go up 15 and go to Millersburg. Go keep going straight.
There's like 6 people that live in Millersburg. It's fine.
Oh man! All right, guys.
Yeah.
Again, if you guys can go, everyone that's watching, if you can go on 3 Beards of Wrestling podcast Facebook page, give us a like, a share, comment, whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Stay looking at Facebook. You'll see who our next guest is. Thank God. We just got some good news, Corey. The walk to the ring for the stadium is going to be short.
Yes. I'm with it. I work on my cardio.
Expect the warrior to run all the way down.
Don't act like I won't. I'll get some shoelaces and just go.
If you can go on 3 Beards of Wrestling podcast page, give us a like, a follow, whatever. YouTube channel, Shane Sanchez. You can find some of my matches on there along as the podcast, and my Twitch, Shane Barbush 97 on Twitch. If you guys can give us a follow, share everything. Andy, thank you again for being on here. And that's it.
Yeah. Till next time.
Till next time. Keep an eye out for our next guest for Monday, guys. So peace out.
All right, y'all. Yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one true villain, Marty Scurll. And on May 20th, I make my return to York, Pennsylvania. Yes, as 3 of the longest running promotions in Central PA come together united at the newly renamed Wellspring Park in the historic York, PA. The villain returns. So get your tickets now because you're in for a show of a lifetime. The greatest show on earth to witness the villain live and in living color. Long live the villain.
Hi, Eric Redbeard here, letting you know that Pro Wrestling Valier, Classic Championship Wrestling, and Seven Mountains Wrestling are uniting. Coming to the York Revolution Stadium, May 20th, 2023.